Hello everyone, it's Matt here again, and we're in the garage again. It's hot. I mean, look, it's still 78, is that? Boy, at midnight. So it's a little toasty because it's always hotter in the garage. It's summer here in California, of course, so it's yeah, we've been having triple digits as far as the temperature goes for quite a few days. So it's hot, it's toasty, which also means that the poker room here is not gonna see any use. It's just too hot in here. I do have a couple of fans. There's one over there. You can kind of see the top of it, the white thing right there. And there's another one at the other end, but it's too warm. So, anyways, I'm gonna talk about thrift stores and vinyl, and at least what my experience is. And I do have a few items to show you that I got today. They're nothing to write home about. They're nothing too exciting. But honestly, I was actually really excited. And I kind of thought afterwards, I thought, man, it's kind of sad because this is not anything great that I picked up particularly. But, you know, and I used to go thrifting for records. We're going back a number of years now, probably at least 5. It might be closer to 10 years, honestly. And it was okay then. You know, vinyl was coming back, but I would say that probably 1 out of every 2 or 3 thrift stores that I'd hit, I'd find something. You know, they'd have records. Occasionally, like I said, maybe half the time, you know, it was the usual, you know, Herb Alpert and Barbra Streisand type stuff. But once out of every 2 or 3, there'd be something that I would want to grab. And gradually, as time went by, as the years went by, that just got worse and worse until it was 1 out of every 5, 1 out of every 10. And when it kind of got to that point, I just thought it's not worth it. You know, the old saying that time is money. I mean, okay, obviously I wasn't, not like I was billing the thrift stores for my time, but it just got to the point where it wasn't worth it. Where I would, you know, spending half a day going to all these thrift stores, and 1 or 2, maybe at most, would have something half decent, maybe. And then I think the real tipping point came was when the likes of Goodwill, when they started putting a lot of their stuff on their auction website. So Goodwill has an auction website. I have bid on it before. I haven't done it for years, and I never won anything anyway. But that for me was the tipping point, because you would go into a Goodwill store, and this is just my experience in Southern California. I understand that other people might have better experiences elsewhere in the country or in thrift stores in other countries and so on, but you would go to a Goodwill, and if they did have anything, the price would be jacked up so much it was just laughable. I mean, I would go in there and I would find kind of records that should have been priced at $1, maybe $3 to $5. They'd want $15 to $20 for them. And you know, what would happen, of course, was that they would have some manager that fancied himself as a bit of a vinyl expert. And so, you know, if you ever dared mention the price to any of the people that work, they say, oh, this has been kind of expensive. Oh, no, my manager priced them. He has a record player. And, oh, okay. Okay, well, that, you know, that $5 Huey Lewis album that you've got priced at $17, that seems a little excessive. No, my manager. All right, and any of the really good stuff, Zeppelin, the Beatles, Pink Floyd, whatever, that was going straight to their auction website. Don't even, just forget about it. Forget about it. They didn't even bother putting it in stores. So I stopped going to the thrift stores at that point, but I did pop in one today. We had some donations to drop off, and they had a little box of records off to the side, away from the main record. So I'll have a little dig through those. And I did find 3 things. Like I said, these are nothing, don't get your hopes up. This is nothing great. I was just so pleased to find anything. So I got 2 CDs. I got Garth Brooks' The Road, live recordings, 2-disc set. Hopefully it's not the same stuff as like the double live or the triple live albums, which I do already have. But for $2, I thought it's worth a try. This was from the Savers. thrift store. And Lionel Richie, the Definitive Collection. I don't have any Lionel Richie albums on CD, so why not, right? And here's the vinyl, 3 records real quick to show you. Breaking Away, Al Jarreau. I mean, he sold a ton of these. There's probably still hundreds of thousands of them floating out there. But again, for $2, I was so pleased to find something that seemed vaguely half decent. I just thought, I'm going to grab it. Nancy Wilson, A Touch of Today. Obviously, not an album I already had, otherwise I probably wouldn't have bought it. But so I'll give that a listen, from the 60s. And a 12-inch single. What a great song this is. ABC, The Night You Murdered Love. That's a cracking song. It didn't chart particularly well, at least not in the native UK, but that's from the 87 album. What's it called? Alphabet City, is it? Something like that. So I thought I'll grab this. I do have this mix on a compilation album, but again, I was just so thrilled to actually find something that I liked that was not Herb Alpert, was not Streisand, was not Anne Murray, any of the usual suspects. Helen Reddy is another one you see a lot. And it wasn't just, classical stuff that was trash, that I just thought, I can have to grab it. That's it. That's all I got. I told you, don't get your hopes up. So anyway, just wanted to talk to you guys about the thrifting and why I don't really go anymore. And yeah. All right. Thanks as always, everyone, and bye for now.